Hi, and welcome to the New Mindset Podcast. My name is Jacob.
My name's Georgia.
I hope you're all doing well and have had an awesome week. Today is going to be a bit of an interesting episode, Georgia.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You're excited? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pause that for a sec. How have you been going of late? How's the last few days been?
Yeah, no, good. It's been nice to be back home and settle into routines.
Settle into routines?
Yeah.
Anything going on? Anything going on in your life that we must share on this podcast?
Oh, I don't know.
Just-
Winston's highly overdue for a groom
He
that
is,
I'm
eh?
excited to do because he's a little fluffy, as he looks at my face, a little fluffy monster that needs to be nicely trimmed.
Nicely trimmed.
Yes. Oh, and I found out today that he can, the venue that we're getting married at, accepts dogs.
Accepts dogs?
Yeah. So I'll be able to buy him like a little suit and he can be our ring bearer.
Oh, jeez, that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
He's just going to take off.
Yeah, probably.
Zip.
We'll have to get someone that he knows semi-well to hold him. Because otherwise he'll see Mum and Dad and I want to be with you when we're like doing vows and things.
Vows and things.
What about you? How's your
Anxiety.
week? What's
Yeah,
the latest?
Good. No, it's all good. Well, obviously I've spoken about it on the podcast, but just anxiety's been incredibly high of late and
Yeah.
panic attacks and things like that. But everything seems to be in the last, 2 weeks, turning around. Like
Yeah.
momentum's building, confidence is building, and things are going back to normal. Like the other day I went and did a shop and everything, and normally I just do pick up, order online and then you go and pick it up. But this time I went in and, picked everything out, which seems like nothing, but anyone out there who has had panic attacks knows overcoming something like that you're scared of is quite a big thing. So that just builds momentum into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing.
Yeah.
So all good. Everything's all good. I went and saw Inside Out 2 the other week. No, the other day. And
Yeah.
that we're not going to spoil anything on
No,
Inside
because
Out 2.
I haven't seen it either.
No,
So
no.
no spoils
And
whatsoever.
it only just came out, so no one's really, properly gone and seen it yet, apart from, all the 200 kids that were in there sneezing and coughing everywhere. But
Yeah.
awesome. But no, it was really cool. I really like that movie. I'm keen to see it again with you. What, we're going to see it tomorrow night?
Yeah, that's it.
That in the new John Krasinski
A Quiet Place,
2.
Day 1. No,
Oh,
it's the third movie,
the third
but
movie.
it's the prequel to everything.
Oh, that's right.
So
It's
it's
got that
the
dude from
Day
Stranger
that it
Things in it.
starts.
It's got that guy from Stranger Things, the guitarist?
Yes, Eddie.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
that his actual name or is that just his?
No, that's his character name.
Yeah, in Stranger Things. I'm so keen for that. We're going to go to the drive-ins and see it. We've
Yeah.
never really seen a scary movie at the drive-ins, now thinking about it.
No, we haven't. So it'll be good.
This is going to be awesome. So what are we seeing first? We're seeing...
Quiet Place first.
And then backing
And
it up
then
with...
we'll play Inside Out.
Yeah, well, we're going
Which
to
is
do a little
weird that
sneaky.
it's later. That movie
Yeah.
time is after. You'd think that it would be the other way around.
Odd.
But it's probably so people don't freak out at A Quiet Place like at 10 p.m.
Well, all the kids will be watching, Inside Out 2, and then you've got all the rage going on in the other. Because it's a I don't know if anyone's ever been, but it's like a drive-in theatre at Yatla, and it's just like, I think it's got 3 or 4 big screens going at once, and it's
Yeah.
just like this huge parking lot, which is pretty cool. And that's going to be another good test of the anxiety.
Yeah. So true.
But yeah, speaking about Inside Out, that is going to be our topic today. Inside Out 1 movie review.
Yeah.
With
Reviewing the very
Georgia
first one.
Carrigan. Yeah, because we're not going to touch anything about the second one. One, because Georgia hasn't seen it, and you most likely haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I have, so I'm not going to mention anything. I promise. I'm
Yeah.
really bad at spoiling things. Ask Georgia.
Yes. So I will make sure that he does not.
We'll cut anything out.
Yeah.
We'll get James, our
Thanks, James.
fantastic editor, podcast editor. cut
Sound
anything out.
guy.
Sound dude.
Yeah.
The Canadian sound guy.
Yeah.
It's not Canadian, it's American. I think he's from, where is he from? Oh, damn. He's not going to be happy with this. No, well, there's like 52 states over there, isn't there? Is it Ohio, man? I think it is. I don't know. Cool. Well, we'll get into it anyway. Georgia, tell us about the film.
Tell us about Inside Out.
Inside Out 1.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it follows this young girl, Riley, who I believe is in her like tweens. She's not a teenager just yet. She's a young kid. And
Actually, I'd like to make a correction. I think James is from Denver.
Okay.
He follows the Denver Broncos, I think. But I'll stick where they are higher. My first answer. Sorry for cutting you off.
Okay, thank you so much. Back to the
Let's
actual
hear it.
topic. Yes, so Riley is a young girl. She is loving life, and then a curveball kind of is thrown her way, and she moves from her country, from Minnesota is where she's from, and then she moves to San Francisco, and she's kind of having all of these experiences and these different feelings and emotions while she's overcoming this very big challenge that comes her way. And we get a little inside scoop of her on the inside of her head, an inside scoop of the inside of her head.
Yep.
In the 5 core emotions that we're introduced to. So we have joy, who is the front runner. She was the very first emotion that Riley ever had as a young infant. And then sadness came along, as well as fear, anger, and disgust. So those are the 5 key emotions that kind of control Riley's emotional panel.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. And so the whole entire movie is about the interactions between these different emotions and how they influence Riley's experiences.
Yeah. It's really interesting that she's younger, so she's got fewer emotions in this one, which I don't believe to be true. Like, younger kids can have a variety of emotions, but I like that they've stuck with it. Was there 5, did you say?
The 5 key. Yeah.
The 5
Joy,
key ones.
sadness, anger, fear, disgust.
Yeah. No, I really like that. It was just honestly, we watched number 1 the other night, but for some reason I can just remember number 2. So I'm going to do my best here to remember number 1.
Yeah.
But out of those 5, which one did you resonate with most?
Well, I think that I am closer tied with joy.
Yep.
Just because that is my automatic feeling that I typically go to. And my baseline is that higher, happier frequency.
Yeah. I don't know which one I sort of tie in. Obviously, the new one. I'm not even going to mention the emotion. I told you I'm not going to break anything. But I resonate with one of the new emotions that come in.
Beautiful. But
also,
Inside Out one.
Inside Out one, yes. I don't know, because I'm not really like an angry person.
You're not anger.
I'm not. I'm like a balance. I'm not overly joyful, but I'm not sad. I'm not angry. I'm not. You know what I mean? It's more of a collective of.
Well, that's literally what the whole movie is about, is that you can create, I guess I should say, and I mean, it came out 9 years ago, so spoilers maybe.
9 years ago is crazy.
I know.
We did see that just before, hey? What was it, 2014?
2015.
2015.
Is when it came out. Or at least that's when the trailer came out. But the whole premise of the movie is that Riley has these core memories that form parts of her personality. And as she goes through, and all of those core memories are tied to joy. Like she was the emotion at the control panel that helped create those core memories. So they're all associated with joy. And then as Riley goes through her, I guess the film, and goes through all of these mixed emotions of leaving home, all of her memories, she has to create new friends. Her parents are working more, so spending less time with her. Obviously, sadness comes in a little bit more. And so the whole point of the movie is that it's okay to experience all of the feelings and all of the emotions. And joy and sadness ended up collectively creating a new core memory that was her memories of Minnesota, which it's not a bad thing that one of her core memories was connected to sadness. It was more of that nostalgia, longing to have this thing that I didn't have previously. Or sorry, longing to have this thing that I used to have, being this place that I lived. So when you say, I can't really connect to one, the whole point of the movie is that you shouldn't connect to one.
Yeah.
Or latch onto one, because every person experiences the range of emotions.
Any healthy sort of, person experiences those, at least, obviously there's so many more emotions, but those 5 were the key for her at that moment. It's cool, it's like her learning, I suppose, to regulate her emotions, would you say? Using...
Yeah. Well, I mean, if
like
you
it's okay
look
to be
at...
sad, okay to be angry.
Yeah.
Joy, obviously.
Yeah.
Disgust.
Well, I mean, just in you saying that the emotions and the feelings, like there's so many more than just that one. If you were to look at And this is what my therapist works with me through, is the feeling wheel. You know, and
Yep.
there's, of course, there's joy and there's sadness, and anger and fear and disgust and all those things. But there are more specific, detailed, pinpointed emotions if you go further in that zone. So if you think of those 5 characters are kind of the capstone of the feeling zones, and
Yep.
then joy can also encompass happiness and elation and euphoria and
Could you
excitement.
can you access that fairly quickly? I'd be really keen
Oh,
to
the feeling
learn.
wheel.
Yeah,
Give
I'd
me a
love to.
second.
Yeah, I want to be able to, because I haven't seen the feeling wheel since honestly like primary school, which is crazy because it does get quite in depth and complex. But I'd love to hear a little more about joy and how deep that gets.
Yeah.
Um,
I just want to get one that I can reference. So this one that I'm using at the moment is from the Calm app.
oh, yep, yep.
They've created their own. And the core emotions that they have, no way, happy, sad, disgusted, angry, fearful, bad, surprised.
Okay.
They're
Can I
like the
hear about
core ones in the
joy?
middle. So if we go, I guess, happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So happy, one further one out is proud. So you start, happy is in the center, and then you go one circle out and you go to proud. And then proud also goes a next ring further to the outside. And proud is also connected to successful and confident. Or if you did happy is also playful, you can do aroused and cheeky. Or happy is content, free and joyful. Happy is interested, curious and inquisitive.
Yeah. No, cool. I really like that. I think
Yeah.
that would be an awesome wheel just to have around the house if you had little kids out there. And you know like the famous question when you finish a day at school and you get in their parents' car.
How
How
did
was your
you?
day? It was
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Good means so many different things. And I think what I might use is I might use sad as the example here, because sad you can be lonely, you can be hurt, you can be depressed. But hurt can be, I can be hurt because I was embarrassed at school today, or I'm hurt because I was disappointed in myself, or I feel like you're disappointed in me. So sad automatically goes to a pinpointed emotion of embarrassed and disappointed, which I
Yeah.
just think is really helpful to be
Yep.
able to pinpoint your emotions,
Yeah,
which is
definitely.
what Inside Out helps us, is to
Yeah.
like, it's okay to experience this range of emotions.
I think that feeling wheel and being able to for little kids to be able to reference that, for children to be able to reference that with their parents there, and even for parents to be able to reference that in front of their children.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's something to be said about parents not oversharing, but in a healthy way of I'm still a human
Mm.
like you. I
Mm.
feel these feelings like you, and it's okay. You're not on your own.
Can I just
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
up
yeah.
that, like, still related, but that interview between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman?
Did you see that? Did I
Yeah.
send that to you?
Yeah.
How good.
And I loved the way that I think I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Hugh Jackman said to his kid, "Hey, I'm actually really nervous for this speech. So if I'm off, if I'm not normal, if I'm a little bit, not my normal self, that's why." Because kids, when they grow up, they automatically think that everything is about them. So if the parent is off, they blame
Whilst they're
themselves.
growing up.
Yeah, while they're growing up.
whilst they're
Yeah, they're
growing up, yeah.
very self-absorbed in that sense. Not by being entitled, but just they think, "Oh my goodness, everything that I do automatically relates to my parents' feelings." So just even that, I don't think that that's oversharing. That's just like, "Hey, I'm actually experiencing a lot of nervous energy right now. And please don't think it's about you. It's because I have this thing coming up."
Well, it takes
And
all
then the
that
kid was
doubt
like,
out of the kid.
"Cool."
Yeah, it takes like that kid. If it was, you're right, it was Hugh Jackman. And I think it was a phone call. And if he was to be anxious, because he's come out about his battle with anxiety, and so did Ryan Reynolds, which was really cool to see those two guys talking together like that. But
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman was saying, I've got this phone call coming up. I'm really anxious about it. And yeah, like you said, he was openly honest with his kid and didn't go into too much detail. Just said, I think you're right. He said nervous. He's like, I'm just a little nervous. And that just took all of the power that anxiety sort of had over him in that moment, because he was also worried about being a bad parent. at the time as well.
Mm.
Of, when you're anxious, you sort of, like I said to you today, the other day, I went into the shops and I was so anxious that I sort of forgot to be compassionate and grab you a little snack. Like you can sort of lose compassion for others around you and even yourself with anxiety being so high, but he sort of took that power away, which was awesome.
Yeah, and the
Um,
power it had over the relationship too,
yeah,
because you don't want to share anything about, oh, I'm feeling these not so positive feelings.
yep,
That creates a certain energy about a person, like an aura. You can tell when someone's off.
yeah,
And if they're not open with you about it, then it's like, is it me? What have
yeah.
I done?
And that's also a really cool lesson for kids that like his child to be able to learn, oh, that's how we regulate our emotions. That's how I can tell people, hey, I'm just a little off today.
Mm,
So when he's a little nervous about a school project, hey dad, I'm a little nervous. I'm not angry at you, just nervous, okay?
mm, mm,
And how good is that?
mm.
And that's just such a healthy way to do it. But yeah, he didn't put too much on him. He didn't tell him all the ins and outs of what could happen if it goes bad. Da 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 da
Yeah,
da.
and you don't have to.
No, and that's awesome. He didn't feel any stress. The kid.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
then the kid then checked in and was like, "Hey dad, how was your
he
phone
did
call?"
too. Yeah.
So then it makes it more than just how was your day? Because
Yep.
if you know what's going on in someone's life, whether or not they're stressed, they're excited, they're nervous, they're fearful, they're curious, whatever it is, you can then ask a pinpointed question and have a more intentional conversation rather than how is your day?
Yes. Yeah. And I think as well,
Yeah.
speaking about the feeling wheel, like my
Mm,
my little brother has autism,
mm.
and autistic kids really struggle to identify what they're feeling, and
Yeah.
then they get angry about it
Because they
because
can't put the words
yeah.
to the yeah.
So I think an awesome, and this is just coming off the top, and this is sort of what Mindset Minis is going to be,
Yeah.
our side project at the moment,
Yes.
um, is sort of putting that emotion that, anger is a complex emotion. It's not, I know that, you grow up hearing anger all the time, but damn, it's complex if you actually look into it.
Mm.
And putting that toward a character, like, angry antelope. What are you feeling today? Like, your kid, like, what are you feeling today?
Mm.
I'm feeling what's one of the complex emotions under anger, I
Ooh,
suppose.
let me
Like
have a look.
they could get so in depth and understand, like being able to harness and understand your
Mm.
emotions is so powerful.
Yeah, you could get down to infuriated, annoyed, withdrawn, skeptical, violated, furious, jealous, disrespected twice, betrayed, ridiculed,
Yeah, like
bitter, mad, aggressive.
if we can teach kids how to not only understand these emotions,
Mm,
but be able to communicate them back to their parent,
mm.
that would be huge. Or even a guardian. Like, it's sad, but the amount of kids that would feel violated at home physically or mentally that hold on to that forever.
Yeah,
To be able to
and they
go into school and
don't
say, hey,
express it.
look, I feel violated. And then
Mm,
imagine a kid being able to go up to a teacher and say that,
mm,
or vice versa, a kid going up to a parent or another parent.
mm, mm.
It's only benefits to that.
Yeah.
Um,
It opens up the conversation,
yeah,
which is what was amazing about this film.
yeah. Now with this movie, what do you reckon parents could use? Like I know we just spoke about it briefly then, but what do you reckon parents could use from this film to make themselves better parents? Um, like whether that's from because I know there's two parents in there. Hey, there's a mum and a dad.
Mm, mm,
Um, like from memory, I remember the dad being quite distant, actually,
mm.
and you not being too involved in, like sort of being a little self-absorbed. Like, did they know how big the move was for their
No,
daughter?
no.
No,
I mean, they could have imagined, but they didn't.
like it never came up. Hey,
Well, they just, yeah,
until
yeah.
the end, like until
Or until she ran away.
yeah, until you could visibly see and visibly see she was not okay.
Yeah.
But do you have any takeaways from that, or have we already covered it? Or
Well, I feel like we already covered it, but if you want to see more of a snippet, which I think might go into our next kind of point, is the literally looking at the trailer and the trailer for Inside Out, the first film, is the dinner table conversation between Riley and the two parents. And that's just a really nice representation of each of the feelings and the fact that a different emotion leads each person. So joy leads Riley, sadness leads the mum, and anger leads the dad, which is quite an interesting that they have a leader in that sense.
That's true. I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
And then so what parents can take away is maybe even identifying, okay, in this moment or day to day, what is the emotion? If we pick those 5 key ones, what is the one that leads my child? How can I interact with, how can I better understand where they're coming from? Or just even the asking of the questions, you know?
Yep.
Kids aren't meant to be happy all the time. They're meant to experience the range of emotions. So
Well, it's crazy you say that because I only just read that it's like when you have a newborn baby, you want them crying.
yeah.
Like you want them feeling different emotions. You want them, that's
Yeah.
how they communicate. So yeah, like it'd be weird if.
Like if you just promoted happiness all the time,
Yes.
then your child is not going to feel safe to come up to you to chat to you about the different emotions. And I hadn't even thought about this, but the fact that all of Riley's key core memories were joy, perhaps, yeah, she was never given the opportunity to express her sadness, her frustration, her anger, her disgustedness, or her fear to her parents because that was never promoted as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just to encourage those feelings.
Yeah.
That's what I would say is my takeaway.
Yeah, cool. And that was done, like we said, you could use that little exercise with
Yeah, the
like
feeling
the
wheel.
feeling or mindset minis soon
Yeah,
when that comes out.
Don't use the feeling wheel. Use our
No,
mindset
definitely
minis.
use the feeling wheel. Like we'll be obviously going on, like, you know, we'll be heavily diving into the feeling wheel. But you can make your own characters at home. Like there's nothing stopping you from doing a weekend
100%.
exercise with,
Yes.
you know, and get your kids involved and they can come up with this, you know, background of the character of Angry Antelope. Who is Angry Antelope? Does he have a family? What does he do for work? Like that could be.
What sets him off?
Yeah, what's his trigger?
With his anger. Yeah.
Do you remember I said to you earlier tonight, I've never seen the movie. Like, I didn't see the movie when it first came out. Did you?
Yeah.
What did you reckon of it back then?
Yeah, no, I loved it. I really liked it.
Did you look into it further than what it actually was?
Perhaps not.
No.
Like, it was just really awesome to have all of these feelings. And just to see their interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was what was your favorite moment of the number one?
Bing bong.
Now, Bing bong. I was talking to someone about a close friend about Inside Out 1, and they said, poor Bing Bong.
Yeah.
What happened to Bing Bong?
Oh
Is that
my
the
God.
little trumpet elephant?
The elephant. Yeah, there was Riley's imaginary friend as she was a super young child.
Yeah.
And what happened? Am I spoiling?
The movie's 9 years old.
Yes.
So I reckon pause now and
Unfortunately, Joy, Bing Bong, they fall down into forgotten memories. And so in Riley's mind, long story short, that there's like this massive library and instead of books, they're all memories and they're all orbs. And at a certain point, there's these little like, I don't know, bean-looking beings who filter out all of Riley's memories and they put them down into the old forgotten memories. And so Joy and Bing Bong, in an attempt to get back to home base, they try and do something sneaky, but they end up falling into forgotten memories. And then they found Bing Bong's truck, his trailer, and so it is powered by song, and then they try and sing a song, but both Joy and Bing Bong can't make it up because they're both too heavy. So then they both sing as loud as they possibly can, and then Bing Bong's like, keep singing, Joy, keep singing. And then at the very last moment, Bing Bong falls out so that they have all of the momentum and all the energy from both of them. He jumps out from both of them singing, so they've got like all of this power of song. And then Bing Bong, he jumps out, and then Joy gets all the way to the top. The cart is destroyed, so it can't bring Bing Bong up. And then Bing Bong was like cheering from the forgotten memories. And then he was like slowly fading into being forgotten.
I wonder if Bing Bong will ever come back.
But that was like sacrifice for Joy, which was like, he was like such a beautiful character. I loved him.
I just want to watch it now again to see Bing Bong.
Yeah, you should. Just that memory.
That's
Google
so cool. So imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
So that was my favorite part of the first movie.
That was sad. That was like Mufasa sort of stuff
Yeah.
from Lion King.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them.
100% totally.
I watched a video online of a dog watching the Mufasa scene and crying. Like he knew too. He could feel it. He could feel it all.
Oh, sadness.
But overall, with the 5 emotions, do you reckon they like represented them all correctly, or was there a moment? Like, is there one of them that sort of lacked, do you think? Or?
I don't think so. I think joy and sadness were like the 2 key emotions that drove. And then as soon as they left, there were moments that they cut back to fear and anger and disgust.
I don't really ever remember disgust coming into it. I know she's the little green character, but other than that.
She's the sassy one. She brings the sass out. And I mean, look, they could have featured the 3 of them more, but the way that they're featured is definitely in the dinner table conversation one, where each of them have a go at leading Riley. And as soon as they do, you can tell that Riley shifts her emotions. So that was really nice. And then because joy and sadness were the keys, I think they definitely went into the range of sad feelings and the range of joyful feelings rather than just being joy and just being sadness.
Yeah, cool, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there were times when sadness felt, she felt fragile, she felt powerless, she felt inferior, embarrassed, hurt, depressed, like all of those range of emotions you could say that she felt over the film.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay. I think I just can't get my head out of number 2. It was so good. I've got to rewatch number 1 again after this. But I need this. I want to ask this question, but I can't have any spoilers because I know that you've seen the trailer of number 2 as well, so it's going to be a little difficult. But what are you most excited to see about in number 2?
Well, I mean, I can tell that anxiety is going to be one of the pinnacle characters.
Yeah.
And I think that that's probably because of society now. It's like a lot more spoken about. But I am genuinely keen to see all of the new characters. Like I really do want to see how embarrassed Ennui
being boredom.
Yes. Who are the other 2? There's the little blue girl.
Envy.
Envy. And disgust would be best friends.
Yeah. Well,
anxiety, and then there's another. I don't know.
Was there?
Or is there only 4?
I thought there was only 3, but there's 4, so there might be 5. I only know of those 4 that you mentioned.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it was those 4. But I'm keen to see all of them.
Racking up the emotions.
Yeah, I know, which I love. And then someone else said, I don't know if it was you, probably could be you, but like the next range of emotions when Riley's an adult, or like when she goes to university as a young adult.
I was saying that as like, a prediction.
Like that would be cool.
Like, they'll obviously make another one because these are so successful, especially bringing it out today. But the next one, you'd sort of think with her growing up and growing a little bit older, she may be a parent next, or like
what would be one of the feelings?
Oh,
as a parent that's not already covered, us being non-parents.
Yeah, so I'm really trying to think. You've already got anxiety there, which I suppose is the big one, wouldn't it be? You'd think. Is there any more on the feeling wheel that you sort of see that
bad? Yeah, I know.
I think all as a parent, from what I can recognize, all of your sort of energy goes into the child. So you may actually lack self-care for yourself, which can bring in, depression and things like that, especially for women.
Yeah.
So that could definitely pop up. I'm excited to see what they come up with though, because they've already got 9 emotions. So how many more can you have in that little control panel?
How many more? Yeah, true.
But I'm excited for everyone to see it. I'm excited for you to see it because I think that you'll love it. I think they've done a very good job with it. It's honestly one of the best movies I've seen post-COVID.
Yeah, cool. That's cool.
And just quickly, how weird is it to have like 3 or 4 quality movies out at one time? We haven't had that since
I know.
Like 2018, 2019.
The third one Jacob's thinking about is If.
If Imaginary Friends.
Imaginary Friends.
And then they've got another Moana coming out, I believe, and another Shrek.
Shrek 5.
It's all coming. It's all coming out.
It's all coming out.
But yeah, no, that was awesome. Anything else to add? We will do another. We'll do Inside Out 2 review probably in 2 weeks to give everyone a chance to watch it.
Yes.
And that will be really cool. We've actually got some, like, what are they called? Pop vinyl characters.
Yes.
So Georgia's got her joy. I've got my anxiety. Awesome. They're just sitting there right next to each other.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, no, cool. I really enjoyed that. I've got to go watch the first one again, and you'll watch the second one tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Anything else to add?
No, I just think that they were amazing introductions to accepting and experiencing all of your feelings and emotions.
Yes.
It's
agree.
okay to feel all the feels.
It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a checkout question for you.
Hit it.
All right. Well, this relates to the episode. If you could bring another emotion into Inside Out 3.
Well, we just did that.
Well, I said something. You didn't actually say anything. What would it be?
Well, I feel like I would want to do something about
something a little more positive. I said depression. But what do you reckon? Like,
I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just this current space that we're at, but there's a lot of things out there all about self-improvement.
Yeah.
So that's not really a feeling, but I feel like there would be a little person that would be like, how can we better ourselves? But that can also be like, that can actually be two feelings of like,
oh, I've got one.
Self-promotion and self-criticism.
Yeah. I've got one. What about if she marries
Hey,
or has
I
a
didn't
partner?
finish.
Okay, you go.
No, go.
What about if she gets a partner and then their emotions have to work together?
That's cool.
While raising a baby that has their own emotions.
Yeah, but we already kind of saw that with the parents.
Yeah, but these are new. Like, there could be new emotions that follow. I think nostalgia could be a good one.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Very good.
Love it.
I am so excited to see it again. You have to see it another second time too, because you're watching the whole movie, but you want to focus on one emotion.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe I'll watch it again.
But there's just so much going on. But we will get a review out soon.
Love it.
Anything else to add?
No, that's it.
No, cool.
Thank you, Jacob.
Jacob. Thank you.
Jacob.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you everyone for listening. I hope you have an awesome weekend, wherever you're at, and stay safe.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.